All right, so that's streaming. Okay, YouTube. Let's go to YouTube. Let's wait for the stream. This takes a minute, dude. I didn't know it was all this.
Someday.
I'm going to go ahead and start. There's Oh, really? Connecting. Streaming to Rumble. Okay. Connect. Oh, come on. Failed to connect a stream. Really? I guess it's not at all correct. Let's try the stream key. Does you have to do this every time? Modify. There's this. Oh wait, that's a stream key. Okay. Start streaming. We're on Facebook and Rumble.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't know if this is working. Okay, here, go live. Come on.
Live action.
There it is.
Live action.
Live
There's
action.
Facebook. Okay, so if anybody's watching this, we're going through some technical difficulties. This is our first time streaming.
We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Post details.
Oh, snap.
Complete post details. Where's that at? What's your video
There's
about?
such a
What
delay
an
on the
idiot.
video.
That's all right.
How do we stop that?
So it's not truly live then.
No.
Just a few seconds behind. Yeah. So when somebody calls in, like, what you just said.
I'm telling
Could have been minutes ago.
right now. Okay. There's the post. What's the problem? I posted that. Okay. I'm not getting my, let me try Rumble. See what's going on. Waiting for stream. Okay, maybe we're not going live, so whatever. I know I can go Instagram live. Who cares? I just did that earlier. I'm still not getting the stream here, but it says we're streaming here.
Are we streaming on
Well, it says excellent. It says Rumble streaming, Facebook. So the stream is getting put out. Maybe it takes a minute to get over here. So the video's here, but it says complete post details, add post details. Okay, I did that. Where is Israel? Edit post details. Am I supposed to? What? Are you kidding me? Description. Who cares? Where is Israel? That's what we're doing. Save. Go live. Facebook. Boom. What y'all talking about?
We're live, actually?
All right. Facebook is live right now. We're live on Facebook. We're going to start the show in a second. If you're joining us, I'm sure no one's joined us because who cares, right?
Because live action.
All right. I'm waiting for the stream on YouTube. I still haven't got the stream yet, but Facebook's good to go. I'm not sure what the problem is. Help me, Lord Jesus. Help me, Lord.
Is it because we have so many strikes on YouTube?
Could be. And I was going to say, well, they'll probably shut our stream down.
There we go.
If anything, they would do it tonight. Let's see. So streaming's good. Rumble, I don't know why. So only one that looks like we're live right now is on Facebook. So
You just want us to not do live?
No, we've got to get through this.
I mean,
We've got to push
tonight,
through.
though?
Yeah, why not?
Tonight of all nights.
all the nights tonight?
I mean, what other night?
When we have more sleep?
I'm going live on Instagram. Boom.
Jason, I need you to pick yourself up by your bootstraps. We're getting
I need
through
you
this.
to.
I'll be passed out here in a minute.
Well, no one
I need
would
you to
know.
stop being. So, okay, we're live on Instagram. So here's what's going on. We just started live. We're on Facebook, Instagram. If you're joining us, we're doing a live broadcast of the actual recording of our show. So that's why it's a little funky. We haven't talked about anything yet. We're sitting here sipping on coffee.
Yeah.
Jason's falling asleep. I'm trying to live stream on. Obviously, we're not getting live stream to YouTube or. So if we're Facebook and Instagram, I'm okay. So whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to just start the show. That's what we're going to do.
You sure we're live on Facebook?
We are live on Facebook. That's
Okay.
the only one. that we hit. Feature checklist. That's what we look like. That's where you can follow us. And we're live on Instagram. So
Well, there you go, bud.
tonight we're going to record. We're actually in the studio. We wanted to try live stream because I'm trying to set up the studio with video.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we want to go live is just to show you behind the scenes. So you're seeing what happens before we start the show, but we're actually going to start recording the show, and you're just going to watch us do the show. But right now, I'm just telling you we're live streaming, and this is what the show looks like. And I'm really upset because our stream, and I don't know what the problem is.
Can you change my voice?
To like Biden?
No, just like a voice changer.
Yeah.
I do have a voice changer, but I don't think it's real time. You have to
Okay.
do a recording.
Gotcha.
Like last time I recorded Morgan Freeman, and I sounded like Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
And that's when Byron thought he was an idiot. All right, well, let's go. We're
Full
live. We made it at least on Facebook. We're live on Facebook and Instagram. So we'll go ahead and start the show. Tonight is episode 62, Where is Israel? I'm going to mute the mic, so that's where we're not speaking on the mics, and we're going to start the show.
Dice Man Enterprises exclusively presents a talk show that will get to the bottom of things once and for all. And now here's your host for Let's Get to the Bottom of That. Three weirdos on a mic.
Yeah. Getting to the bottom of that is so fun, and I am fat. Yeah. What's up, my conspiracy nuts?
Hello.
Welcome into another edition of Let's Get to the Bottom of That. I am your host, Byron Dice. And I am joined in studio once again by the other half of the weirdos on a mic, Jason and Joey.
We're here. We made it. This is it.
Come on in.
We're here.
The water is so fine. If you're new to the show, you can tell why we're the weirdos.
Yeah.
Especially if okay, so here's the thing too. We're recording live right now. We're on live Facebook and we're live on
Yee.
Instagram. Of course, nobody can see you guys on Instagram. It's just me, unless you want me to turn the camera around.
No, it's okay.
Oh, you're
I can spin it around.
no.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
no.
can.
No.
Okay,
No,
they
no,
can,
no, no,
they
no,
can
no.
see everyone on Facebook Live because
It's
it,
coming
of
from
course, is above. It's the aerial view.
that drone view.
Today we are discussing part 2. Last week we had a deep dive discussion of who is Israel,
Yeah.
and it went long. It was
did.
about an hour and 20 minutes, and we decided there was much more to talk about.
a lot of history there, dude.
There's a lot of history in the
I think-
past.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
So today we're going to do part 2, and I'm calling it "Where is Israel?"
I think we should have part 3 after this.
You think so?
We're gonna have to.
So it should be an Israel series. I'm
Yeah, you
going
just wanna
who,
you just wanna
where is
become a,
Israel, how is Israel? We'll
why?
just why is Israel?
When?
When?
When, why, how, ni hao, ma. We should just
What
become an
is
Israel
Israel?
channel. Gosh, I can't talk
Well,
today.
I want to wait. Let me wait. Here's somebody joined us, Cameron Marchett from Springville, Alabama. Appreciate that. Just wave to him. What's up, boys?
Yo.
But first, before we do that, and I know we got a lot to get to, this is episode 62. If anybody cares, we're calling it "Where is Israel?" We do have some comments, and let's see what I'm going to do here. We're going to do a comment section. We don't have a lot because we did a lot of comments last week, but I will read the comments every time they come in when we record.
Cool.
And I figured Time Comp 1983 is a good background music to read comments.
Yep.
I love.
It's just what happens. So last week we did Israel. Learning is perpetual.
perpetual.
Made a comment on the Spotify mobile app. Said, great episode. I would like to hear and understand the difference between Zionism, Church of Zion, and what / if anything does Zion have to do or connected with the Jewish religion. Perpetual, I'm glad you asked.
Right.
because
And I
we're going to
wanna-
answer that
And
tonight.
I want to know what was Zion in the Matrix.
Yeah, where was it located?
Well, it was
was it-
underground.
But was it the people?
Ooh,
Oh, that's a good one. What is that quote from?
which
What-
one?
So
It's
many
not the
quotes.
people. Yeah, it's Asgard. It's not a place.
Oh, it's
it's a people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Church. It's not a place. It's a people.
But you can't you say that about anything in life?
You really could.
Yeah.
Like this coffee. It's not a place. It's mine.
I don't think there's any that doesn't work.
But you
man.
said it
None of
worked
the-
anything,
none
and I
of
just
that
made it
makes
work.
sense.
What are you trying to say?
I mean, I'm on board for it because
Okay.
No, what I'm saying is you can say
I
that
get
about
what you're saying. I was just joking. around.
Israel. Chile, for example. Chile.
Oh, I like chili.
Yeah, no. It's
With
not a
beans or without
it's
beans?
not a place; it's a dish.
It's a dish. That's right.
yeah.
All right.
Are you talking about the place?
Never mind, guys. Keep on going. Keep on going.
Continue on.
Okay. Matt M. Lax. Okay, Sonic. I'm going to call this guy Sonic. Laxton Sonic from the J6 episode. This was part 1. So obviously, after she heard part 2, she went back and binged
Yeah.
the J6 part 1. And the question on the mobile app was, did you think Ashley Babbitt had to be killed? That was the question. She said, of course not. It was murder.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't murder. It was muck duck.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a
What's
little bit less.
that?
It's a little bit less than murder.
Oh,
Murder's
because
a-
they got off?
No, because murder, the R, it's more menacing, right? That's why
Oh, the cop.
murder sounds so bad because of the R. The R makes it more
Oh,
menacing.
gotcha.
Because if it wasn't just
Gotcha.
being mucked
What
up,
about Red Rum?
I don't know what that is.
It's murder backwards.
It's The Shining. Red rum, red rum,
Red
yeah, red rum.
Okay. Amanda Murphy. I like how somebody just put their name out there. That's
Yeah.
props to you,
We
Amanda.
don't know if that's her real name.
Well, I don't know, but I don't have to like try to figure out what name it is. You seen some of these names people put out here?
yeah, Glizzy.
Yeah,
Gladiator.
Glizzy Gladiator. Amanda
Freak.
Murphy said for the Israel, that was last week's episode, this was a great deep dive. I'm looking forward to part 2. I'd much rather have a multi-part podcast to effectively cover all topics versus jamming it all into one. Thank you for all you do.
I agree with that.
Appreciate you, Amanda.
I do like the part 1, part 2. Like you guys did it for 9/11,
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
couldn't fit it all.
and it was awesome. It was
Yeah.
great, especially for topics like this where I don't even think we're gonna fit it all in today.
Probably not. And Sawtooth Grim from Israel said, interesting, good job. Thank you, Grim.
Thank you.
And Moe's 70 from the JFK episode, the question was, what was that? What was the bullet theory called? Of course, he got it right. It was the magic bullet theory. So appreciate all the comments. Keep them coming on the Spotify mobile app. If you don't know where that's at, just go to Spotify, and on our any episode, if you scroll down, which what that means is, and I use my finger, if you actually scrolling up, is it down or up? Because your finger moves up.
I don't
Isn't
know.
that weird? But your screen's going down, or is it going up? I'm confused.
You're scrolling
already.
down.
Are you? Okay. Anyway, it's below.
Yeah.
The comments are below the description for the episode.
Move the screen up.
So just move the screen up and scroll like
Yeah.
you normally do. You know how the internet works. So anyway, thank you
This
for
is
those
going
comments. Anyway,
I'm
yeah.
lost.
You're doing great over there.
Oh,
buddy.
the Watchman just joined us on Instagram.
Hey, what's up?
What's up,
man?
Watchman?
Can we see who's joining us on Facebook?
Well, I don't want to go over there because you can see the screen and it's real stupid. But you can look. I don't know. Let's look. I don't know. We got one viewer and one comment.
Hey,
I don't
there
know
we
what's
go.
going on out there.
We already got a hate comment.
Yeah, they're already saying,
What do
"Hey,
they
why
say?
are you making those
Can we see the comment?
fart sounds like that?"
Can we see the comment?
Well, I guess we can't. I don't know. I don't know how this thing works.
Just click on it. Just
I
start
clicked.
clicking.
It just won't happen.
It's probably my
Here's what
mom.
you have to go. You have Facebook?
No.
You okay? It's probably your mom. Anyway, I don't know how to look the comments. But
It's
we
all right,
can look
let's
at them
not
later.
worry. Let's just let's pretend.
Oh,
it's
they're
not.
over here. It's Taylor.
Is it?
I see him. I'm
It's-
such an idiot.
Even better.
Somebody. So yeah, thank you. Taylor said, "I found you." She
Here we
said,
go.
"Clickety clack, I'm your mother."
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
No.
So
Oh,
I'm
'cause
going to
we're
get off
live.
that because that's gonna
It's
destroy
gonna
me
throw us
right
off.
there.
It's gonna throw us off.
Thank you, Watchman. He was actually a guest on our show when he did the J6 Part 2. He's joining the podcast, and we'll go ahead and wave to him on Instagram. Appreciate that. Sorry, Watchmen, if you want to see the rest of the studio, you have to go over to Facebook because I can't get any other live stream to work. Maybe somebody else can help me with that. We need a staff
We do, man.
because I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
We have one viewer that's watching us, so I mean, we don't really need a staff.
Yeah, really. But I need some other guy to do it instead of me.
Well,
I just want to turn the mic on and start talking.
train me up, dude.
You want? Yeah,
Beam
then you
me
got to
up.
stop talking.
That's all right.
I need a talker.
That's okay.
All right,
Anyway,
here we go.
What you got, dude? Let's
Here
hear
we
it.
go. Let's talk about where is Israel.
Wait. Let's preface.
You need a recap?
No. I want to preface.
Previously
And I was thinking
on
about this
Israel.
earlier
No, no,
today.
no.
I was thinking about this earlier today. I want to preface with this. So I think we both have, all three of us have different views. Go ahead, Brian. What were you
No,
gonna say?
I'm pointing to, I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Keep talking.
All three of us have different views.
You've never done that before. Now you're doing it for the camera. I see. No, I think we all have different views. We have all different opinions on the matter. And I think my personal goal for these episodes, because it's such a hot topic, because it's such a sensitive topic.
Okay.
Stop pointing at me. Stop pointing at me, Byron. Is this.
Okay.
It feels right.
I don't want to sway, and I don't want us to sway people one way or the other.
I agree completely.
What I want us to do is inform them and have them make logical and reasonable conclusions, and then have their own opinion that way. I don't want this to be, I know we're going to have preconceived notions, because we all do, and we're all going to be biased towards a side. But I think the more we know, the better that we are making these decisions and making these informed ideas.
Yeah. I agree.
Because at the end of the day, whether you're on the right side, left side, or you're up or down, people are still dying. And I think to make a decision that's informed, that is reasonable, and there's empathy for human life,
Yeah.
I think that's the goal we should aim for. And then, let everything fall where it falls, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
You know what I
I think it makes perfect sense. I think what you're talking about is we've done this on the show the whole time. We've given research, we've given information.
Yeah.
We're really not here to change my minds. And then we'll usually tell somebody, hey, where we stand on the stuff that we just talked about.
Right.
That's typically what we do. But what we do is we rationalize our position. That's all anybody can do. And if, like you said, we give somebody information, they can make an informed decision to rationalize their own opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, you can sit down and have a discussion instead of being a liberal and start shouting, getting emotional.
Yeah. You know both
Nobody's
sides.
nobody's
Right.
You know both sides.
Right. And this is such a heated topic. And so I want us to be seasoned with just, grace on both sides, because there's a lot of things happening out there between Hamas and Israel and the Palestinians, and
We're not there.
yeah, we're not there. We don't know the gruesome atrocities that are happening on both sides.
Yeah.
I mean, I was
right.
talking,
You can be told stuff's going on, shown video, but you're like, yeah, it's just like the moon landing. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Not sure.
But anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
I appreciate
before
that. I appreciate
before
that.
we started getting
Disclaimer.
before we started getting into
Yeah.
it, into the meat and potatoes, greens, beans, tomatoes.
Well, that's what's kind of
Greens,
cool.
beans, tomatoes, potatoes.
It goes
You
to
name
show, like especially researching all this stuff, how much as a human being you just need to be humble. You know what I mean? Because you just really, like you said, you don't know. You have literally no idea.
And I think at the end of the day, this is me speaking. I have to always follow in what's in God's word, because that's where I put everything.
Yeah.
Is in
the
God's
ultimate-
word.
The ultimate
You know what I'm
law.
saying?
Yeah.
And if I can stand on that and I can come from that position, then somebody else can go, oh, what about this or what about that? Then I can go and back up and stand on that.
Right, but I think we all need to come from the position of us being, okay, for example, we all three hold specific ideas of religion, and we have Judeo-Christian values, right? So we
Yeah.
can all agree that every life is valuable, whether it be a Palestinian, an Israeli, a German, or
Yeah, I'm on the side of not dying.
Some kind of freak in Antarctica.
Except for the Amaleks.
And the Philistines?
Well, that was a biblical joke.
Oh, gotcha.
God was like, I'm going to blot the earth out of all Amaleks.
He did say that.
Yeah. They suck, but they're all gone now. So.
They're all gone. I mean, unless they're in the center of their...
Well, yeah, sure.
But what I'm saying is...
the Rothschild.
They all have dignity, and they're all made in the image of God. So...
right, everybody is, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, that's all.
Okay.
Amazing. Well, let's close the show down. Good job,
that's
Jason.
it. Let's go right here. That's for Jason and his wonderful
we got to the bottom of it.
Preface and disclaimer for the show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through some stuff. Where is Israel? And I think we can all agree on this information. Israel's located in the Middle East.
I have one better for you.
Yeah?
It's located on Earth.
Okay.
Boom.
And specifically in the Middle East. It's on the coast of the Mediterranean Sea near the Suez Canal.
Yeah.
Okay. And it shares borders with Egypt, Syria, Jordan, and Lebanon. And it's the home of the country of the Israelites, which we spoke about last week, like where the Israelites come from.
Mm-hmm.
And the capital of this place, Israel, is Jerusalem. And it's where our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ was born, raised, and executed, and brought back to life and ascended to another dimension called the kingdom of heaven.
Amen.
So
roll tide, baby.
That's so I don't, leave in the comments if you disagree with that. But that's my I just rationalized my position of where Israel is, and there you go. So Israel in 2023,
he wasn't born in Jerusalem.
Oh well, sure.
We know what
he was in Israel.
Yeah.
Who wasn't born in Jerusalem?
Jesus.
Oh,
it was Bethlehem.
Bethlehem. Yeah, that's correct.
Just clarify. But anyway, keep reading.
Anyway.
Good one. Fact check. 2023 population of Israel. Estimated 9,174,520 people at mid-year. Okay? So its population is equivalent to 0.11% of the total world population.
I think isn't that close to the population of New York? I think New York is like 7 million.
I think you're right.
Yeah, around there.
So Israel ranks number 98 in the list of countries by population. So 98.
How many countries are there total? Do you know?
Oh, that's a good question.
100.
We're in all of them.
Amen.
Just about. Amen. I'm going to get some good amen stuff.
Yeah. Amen, brother.
Israel
Let it be
has
so.
approximately 73.8% of the population, and they're Jewish.
Yeah.
So 18% is Muslim, 1.9% is Christian.
Well, there we go.
If you believe that. Now, 1.6% is Druze, which is a member of the political and religious sect of Islamic origin called Druze. And they chiefly live in Lebanon and Syria. So I'm not sure why they put that in there, that they were in, that said Israel. I'm not sure why they put that in there. It's copy and paste, people. Yeah. The Druze broke away from the Islamic Muslims in the 11th century, and they were regarded as heresy by the Muslim community at large. So let's break down exactly some of the different viewpoints in Israel currently. Virtually all Jews in Israel, they identify with one of four major religious subgroups. The Halani, which is, and that's not Alani, the energy drink. It's Halani with an H. That's secular. There's the Masarti, which is traditional, which is what usually, there's the Dati, which is very religious. And then there's the Haredi, which is the ultra-Orthodox.
Oh,
they're just like, let's get in there and kill the calf.
Get up in there.
So
are they?
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you consider them? Are they considered like extremists?
I wouldn't say extremists. I would say they're living to the fullest of what they think God wants them to live.
Yeah, they're living to the law.
Yeah,
basically.
And I wouldn't say it's extreme. I'd say that's where I think other people are going. Yeah, let's not do it. Let's not go all that far. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Yeah. Which is I don't know. That's weird to me.
What do you mean? Why? Why is it weird?
Well, I mean, just like to be a Jew when you read it in the Old Testament,
right.
There's a lot of stuff they have to do.
Yeah.
You'd have to be ultra
right.
orthodox to call yourself a
or
Jew.
you got you
like
got to
a
loosen the
religious
belt.
Jew.
Wasn't it? There's 613 ordinances that they have to follow.
Something crazy.
Yeah,
like that, dude.
it's a lot. Oh, Angel's World just joined. Appreciate it. Let me wave to her on Instagram.
Yo.
Appreciate you, Angel's World. We're just out here recording a show. By the way, anybody that's watching us live, you're getting a sneak peek. This actually is going to publish on Friday.
Yeah.
So anybody listening to this after this publishes, and you hear us talking about people that are live, you can definitely join us on a live stream in the future if you want to be part of the show and watch us actually record the show instead of waiting until Friday.
Hey, you got our number up for them to call?
Yeah,
in?
hey, if you want to be part of the show,
And we can invite them into the studio.
that's enough, Jason.
okay.
Don't you overdo
Don't
it. you
look,
son of
that's
a gun.
enough. I gotta, that's got to go through other people in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Gotta go through
like
that right chains.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the Dice Woman. If you want to be part of the show, let's just go ahead and open. Well, should we open up phone lines since we're going to be talking about Jews?
I don't know.
Okay, well, if anybody wants to be part of the show, if you got any insight of what we're talking about Israel, the number's 913-717-9979.
I love it.
There it
It's
is.
so easy.
913-717-9979. Give us a call.
Can you put that on the bottom, the banner?
It
It's
is.
just- oh, it is?
It's a ticker.
oh, there you go.
Yeah, you want to see it?
No, I'm good.
Oh.
I trust you.
See right there, it's like ticking down. It's got all our platforms. It's at the end.
Okay.
So
There you go.
yeah, it is on the numbers on the live stream. So if you want to call the show, if you just want to say, hey, what's up, give me a shout out, whatever, and I'll give you one of these, or if you want to tell us, how bad we are, we'll do that too. Okay, where was I? The Hilonim are the least religious and make up about half of Israeli Jews, which is about 49%.
So they just like, I don't want to do all
Yeah.
of it. I'll do like a third.
You know what? It's modern times.
Yeah.
Well, that's just secular,
Not
right?
sure
so
about-
they're not practicing.
Yeah, they're just saying,
Judaism
hey,
at
I'm
all.
a Jew.
Yeah, they're just racially a Jew, but they're not Jewish. I
Right.
guess.
Lineage
Yeah.
by Jew. Right? Because
Right. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get through this paragraph. Then we can. I got questions about that, so we can talk about that and flush it out.
well, let's
Okay.
talk about it right now.
Well, read.
Well, I
faster.
got some stuff here. Overall, the Datim, sometimes called the modern Orthodox Jews, generally follow Jewish traditions, but they are more integrated into modern society than the Haredim and tend to lean to the right politically. And I went left right there. Sorry about that.
You're going
they went
right on camera. Everything's turned backwards.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good job. Especially on issues pertaining to the conflict with Palestinians. Marsot, and I'm botching these names up. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Israelis, when you hear this.
He's a
Send me email, truth@bottomofthat.com.
Do we have any
cis
listeners in
white
Israel?
male. He can't do it.
Yes, Israel's listeners.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, we're in Israel. So I'm sorry I'm botching this up because I'm a white.
Cis.
I'm just a white cis male, whatever that means. Does that mean, is that short for sissy?
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, we just say it. Just trying to fit in.
Anyway, I'm sorry I'm botching up your names. They occupy the religious middle ground, and they appear to be declining as a share of Israeli Jews, while the Haredim make up an increasingly share, currently like 9%. Now, Israel holds a place of great importance for three of the world's major religious groups.
Yeah.
The modern Jewish state is not only the promised land of the Jews, but the only country in the world where they form a majority of the population. Now, for Christians, Israel is the Holy Land, quote unquote, because it's the place where Jesus' life and death unfolded,
Yeah.
that whole region. And Muslims, it's important because Jerusalem is the place where the Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven.
Yeah.
So you got three major religions going, this is important to us.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Israelites have been hated as a people group pretty much from the beginning of the seed
And
war.
this isn't a coincidence that all
Genesis.
three of these major religions have this place of importance.
That is yes.
It's interesting.
It's not in California.
You're saying
No.
it isn't or it is?
No, it is.
No, it's not.
What?
No.
What did you say?
Say what you said. Again.
Rewind?
Back it up. We're live.
Okay. Okay. Which part?
Well, you said.
You said, isn't it interesting?
I said it is interesting, but I said it isn't a coincidence.
bingo.
Is it a coincidence?
It
So
is not.
it is not a
Oh,
coincidence.
it's not a
That
coincidence.
all these three major religions
Oh,
have the same place that they hold sacred.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's sacred.
Oh, because the land just flat out is sacred.
That's what I think.
Apparently.
I mean, this isn't Raytown.
I mean,
that
it's not Dearborn, Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, it is important because you've got in Revelation, Jesus is going to put his foot on the Mount of Olives and split the thing right down the. And then after that happens, there's a new Jerusalem's going to come down out of heaven. I don't know how that's going to happen. Like a floating city.
I mean, is it literal? Is it figurative?
I don't know. Was he on shrooms?
DMT?
Look, you have to believe that some of these things in the Bible are true.
Yeah.
DMT, the blue arm guy.
That is an interesting question. When you interpret, I think I talked to you about this. When you read the Bible, do you read it as if it's
literally or figuratively?
Literal.
Joey
Unless it's
literal.
obviously figuratively. Like when he says, my blood, drink my blood, eat my flesh. That's obvious.
Well, it's a vampire message.
Yeah. Or do you?
I mean, you read scripture in light of scripture. You read scripture the way like what literature you're reading. Let's say you're reading a poem. You read it as a poem. You read historical lineage. Backdrop as it's.
Don't you have to logically read that and figure that out with your own mind?
Yeah.
To read it literally or not?
No, to know that I'm not going to drink his blood.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's logic in there, but like when you guys read Revelation, are you thinking?
Do you think there's a really locusts that are coming down eating people?
I do.
I think there's a lot of imagery in that. I think there's a lot of metaphors, and I personally don't think that I can look into the text and say that I know 100% that this is what they're talking about, because I don't know, right? It's
because you didn't see it yourself.
One, and not only that, it's just shrouded in mystery. I mean, look at the stuff in Ezekiel, in the book of Ezekiel. That was wild stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know, what Jeremiah said, they're going to remove their heart of stone and put them a heart of flesh. Well, to them in that day, they're like, what is this guy talking about? Literally, they're going to take out his heart? No, that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. To answer your question, I don't know.
And sure. I don't think, like you said, I don't know. And I'm reading this. You're not going to hinge. You're not going to hinge your eternity on it.
To read it literally,
in the grand scheme of thing, your eternity, it doesn't really matter if you think that's literal or real.
I don't even matter, bro.
I'm saying your eternity, your eternal life to spend with Jesus, does that matter?
No,
it
does not.
But it's going to be fun to watch when it goes down and go, wow, there's that thing.
Like, holy cow.
There's that scorpion eating people. What's going on?
With 10 heads, dude.
It.
That's crazy.
And Jason's going to go, I guess it was real.
Or that, like, there's one part in the...
That's like whenever it's speaking about the lady with like the dragon's head.
Oh yeah, coming out yet.
So a lot of the stuff in Revelation,
they're talking about countries.
Well, it's countries or it's obvious ties to like the Old Testament and stuff. So things like that where, I can't remember who says that.
Wow.
Chuck Missler. He says the new Old Testament concealed is the New Testament revealed, dude.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, continue on.
Well, we got the weeds on that one, dude.
I want to say something. This is pretty cool though, because I love the F-22 Raptor.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, who doesn't?
It's a disgusting plane, right?
Why is it gross?
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think he's saying it's bad.
I'm taking them literally.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I knew what you were saying.
Literally.
But okay, for example, in Revelation, right? They talk about a dragon coming at in the sky, right?
Yeah, an eagle flying around saying terror, terror, terror.
Dude, what if it's just a sick F-22 Raptor, right? People
thought
back then, if they ever saw an F-22, like
I've heard that theory,
yeah. I mean, there's a chance.
Who knows?
A chance of that.
Yeah, what if you got because think about it. If John saw the end, I'm talking about John on the island of Patmos, had this whole vision, and he was seeing the end.
Yeah.
there was things he's never seen before.
Yeah.
And the only way he could describe it was things that his own experience from that point in time.
McDonald's, he saw?
He saw that, and he saw the great arches, like, and there's a dragon coming up out of the sea.
See, here's what I believe.
It's Elizabeth Warren coming out.
I think it's legitimately a dragon, like the Leviathan and all these beasts, because, like I told you, and like it reads in Revelation, and it goes along with Hollow Earth, with the flood, all those massive creatures were put down, and it speaks clearly about most of the stuff's coming out of the water. These massive beasts.
A lot of stuff's out of the water.
Yeah.
I want it to be that way. I think it'd be sick.
I think, well, it could be both, because it speaks about, what is that, Leviathan, where it says like their weapons can't pierce his armor and stuff. Like, I think there's going to be, now there's a chance that it's some sort of like war machine or something, but I think it's going to be like a huge war of these massive creatures that have been like almost like titans. So it says like in Genesis 6, so like the Nephilim became the men of renown. You know, it's like these massive beasts that are going to come out and just start tearing it up. Dude.
Just ripping it up.
We can't do anything. Stuff we've never seen before. Godzilla.
That's
tearing
sick.
it up, dude.
There's a new series on Apple TV.
Yeah, I saw that.
Have you seen it?
No, but I saw the previous
I need
one.
to start watching. They already got 3 episodes.
That's what I'm hoping for.
And it's a sequel.
Godzilla?
Yeah. To the aftermath in San Francisco from the last one.
Anyway, we're way off topic.
We're talking about Godzilla.
What are we talking about?
Sorry, guys. We just.
Hey, now you're seeing live what happened.
Yeah, here's what happens live. August 29th and through 31st, 1897, there was a visionary leader named Theodore Benjamin Zev Herzl. Okay?
Yeah.
He convened the first Zionist Congress in Switzerland. The name Zionism was derived from the longing for Zion, which is one of the ancient biblical names of Jerusalem.
Yeah.
So that's where that name comes from. And this is what you talked about last week, Joey.
Yeah, so the pure Zion was just the land, the longing for the land, right?
Yeah. And this is what you were talking about last week. Issued on the 2nd of November, 1917, the British Foreign Secretary, Lord Arthur James Balfour.
Oh.
Lord James Balfour. He made a declaration that states, quotes, should I speak like that?
Mm-hmm.
His Majesty's government view would favor the establishment in Palestine
doth declare
of a national home for the Jewish people, and will use their best endeavors to facilitate the achievement of this object, it being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, or the rights and political status enjoyed by Jews in any other country.
Man.
That was Lord Balfour.
You listen to a lot of C.S. Lewis audiobooks, man.
I don't. Is that him?
It sounded just like...
That was Lord Balfour. He said a lot there. So y'all can rewind that and listen to what he said. Yeah. Or you can get the notes on our resource page on our blog on bottomofthat.com. Now, November 29th, 1947, a 2,000-year-old dream became a reality. A Jewish state was born anew in its ancient homeland. And we talked about this last week because you said the British owned that piece of territory.
Yay.
And on that day, the UN General Assembly voted on Resolution 181, adopting a plan to partition the British Mandate into 2 states, one Jewish and one Arab. Having ruled the area since 1917, which I just talked about with Lord Balfour.
Lord Balfour.
Lord Balfour. Great Britain announced in February 1947 its decision to terminate its mandate.
Yeah.
So they said the special committee appointed by the General Assembly said, you know what, here's 2 separate states, a Jewish state and an Arab state, to be joined by economic union, with the Jerusalem-Bethlehem region as an enclave under the international administration.
Bethlehem, baby, you already know.
So the borders of the proposed state were, JC in the house. The borders of the proposed state were far from what the Jewish side had hoped for. So they were like, I want a little more of those borders. and it left the Jewish population without access to the key areas of national, historic, and religious significance, which is kind of where we are today.
Right.
Yeah.
They wanted a little more when they did the borders. So basically,
when they originally did the borders.
Yeah, they were like, somebody else has kind of got our fate, making decisions for us. So we really would have liked to make better decisions than y'all did about these borders.
Yeah, the Jewish people.
Because now we don't have access to religious and historical sites.
Yes.
Yeah, the Jewish people.
So the international community separated this area into an Arab area and a Jewish area, correct?
Correct.
From what I understand.
Right.
Right.
That was Resolution 181.
That was 1947.
Right.
Okay.
Now, that resolution was empathetically rejected by the Arab population
They didn't like it.
and the Arab states.
And they said, nah.
They
this
said,
ain't
"What
it."
are you
They said,
doing?"
all right, homie.
They said, no, we're denying Jewish people's right to a state of their own. We don't want that. And
999.
I don't think that's Arab.
I mean, it sounds good, though.
Wow.
There you go. This
Looks like long. I thought you were showing me COVID long.
Yeah, put that.
I was like, whoa.
Put that up on the map, Jamie.
I think you can pull it up.
That's
on the
always
maps,
going to be our go-to.
That's
Okay. I
So
see it.
here's what happened.
Yeah.
You see that?
The Arab countries openly declared their intention to prevent the creation of the Jewish state by all means. And a wave of violent attacks was launched against the Jewish population when Israel declared its independence on May 14th, 1948. That's when there's 5 Arab armies. They invaded the new state the same night, seeking its annihilation.
Yeah.
Israel prevailed in what came to be known as its War of Independence, but the war bore a heavy cost. 1% of the total population died in that war.
From Israel.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Arab population of the Mandate territory also suffered as a result of the Arab refusal to accept the partition plan. Now, some 700,000 heeded their leaders calling, hey, come on, let's flee or get left out. After being caught up in the fighting, they were like, oh, forget this, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
But the large number of people who stayed in Israel became full citizens with full rights, while their brethren were kept by their Arab host in perpetual refugee status to serve as pawns in the political struggle against Israel.
Interesting.
So the Jewish were used as pawns, and they were deemed refugees and used as pawns, correct?
No, the Arab
Arabs.
people that stayed behind after the leaders made this huge attack. No, let's get out of here. Some of them stayed.
So
were refugees.
Okay, so is that the refugees? Is that considered the Gaza Strip and the West Bank today?
I believe so, because
that's a territory that is controlled by Israel, but there's Palestinians, Arabs that live there.
Right.
And okay,
I'm
just trying to follow.
Yeah, I'm going to answer that. Meanwhile, some 800,000 Jews were expelled from Arab countries after this happened.
Mm-hmm.
So not only did Arabs go here and some stayed, Arab countries were like, let's get out of here, but we're getting rid of the Jews in our country.
I don't think they own. That was not the Gaza Strip back then.
No.
The original Israel did not contain that.
Now here's what happened. Answer your question.
This is modern. This is Gaza Strip right here on the left side, and then the original Israel is this clear stuff. So Gaza Strip's here.
But where did they expel them then?
Well, okay, listen. So about 800,000 Jews were expelled from the Arab countries, finding refuge and a new home in where? Israel. Yeah. At war's end, Egypt had control of the Gaza Strip.
So they did relocate.
And Jordan annexed the West Bank. Remember I said all these countries that bordered?
Mm-hmm.
Egypt's one of them. Jordan's one of them. And this was 1947.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so neither saw fit to establish a Palestinian state in the territory they were to control for 19 years until the Six-Day War in 1967.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So they stayed in limbo.
Yeah, they were just there
for 16 years.
And that was you say that again, sorry. The Palestinians or the
So neither saw fit, neither Egypt or Jordan. So Egypt had the Gaza Strip, Jordan annexed the West Bank. Egypt or Jordan said, we're not going to establish a Palestinian state.
Yeah.
We're just in control of this territory for 19 years. If y'all
okay.
live here, fine.
I'm following now. Yep, I got
And then there was a 6-day war in 1967,
yep.
which is a historic reunification of Jerusalem. So, I'm just giving some timeline, because last week we had a huge biblical discussion about the name. Jacob got his name changed, his descendants, where they were. Now we're talking about modern times.
Yeah, so we also you're there's obviously a ton of wars.
Tons.
Like I said last time, like every 10 years. So you got the Israel War of Independence, which is one you're talking
Is
about.
that 1967?
Nope, this is before.
Oh, okay.
There's a
47, right.
Suez Crisis.
So let's start from can we start from from 47 and then go?
Yeah.
So 47 happened and then
I'm just going to read this brief overview.
Okay, yeah.
There's one in between. So the 47 happened. There's all that mistrust. Then there was a Suez Crisis. This happened in 1956. There's probably some in between. But it says, in collaboration with the United Kingdom and France, Israel launched a military campaign against Egypt to regain control of the Suez Canal, nationalized by Egyptian President Gamal Abdel Nasser. International pressure, particularly from the United States and the Soviet Union, led to a withdrawal from Israel, British and French forces.
Yeah.
So they tried to take a little bit of it back, and then everyone's like, "Don't do it. What are you doing?"
Yeah, what's going on?
But now then the next war is the 6-Day War in 1967.
Yeah, you got something on that?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
So the 6-Day War, you touched on a little bit. It says Israel faced simultaneous threats. So there was multiple people attacking it. From Egypt, Jordan, and Syria. In a preemptive strike, Israel defeated the Arab forces, gaining control of the Sinai Peninsula, the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and the Golan Heights. The aftermath of the war significantly shaped the geopolitical landscape of the region. So I have a map. I don't know if you can pull it up from my notes real quick.
Jamie, go ahead and pull it up.
Yeah.
I showed him. But essentially, all these nations attacked them, and Israel was able to push them back. And it gained. When I was telling you that Israel had to give a bunch of land back, it was from this war. Click on that link. Right there. Yeah, it's the same.
Bottom
It's
one?
the same link. It's
Okay.
the same thing. Yeah, so
Okay, here we go, yeah.
up top, that's what it says right there. Pre-67, 1960 war, post-1967 war. So they took literally that whole landmass, the Gaza Strip, everything was part of Israel after that war. So that's where Israel gained most of its landmass from them attacking them and then pushing them back.
Yeah. So they got most of that whole Suez Channel where the Suez Canal is, and then and then there's that little sliver of where the people are.
Which I believe that is
the
the whole promised land from the Abrahamic covenant. I believe, if I remember correctly. I didn't check that before, but maybe it is. Do you have that?
What's that?
What is the Abrahamic covenant?
Landmass.
Yeah.
Oh, Abrahamic covenant?
Yeah, he says from this river to this river. Do you remember what it was?
I sure don't, dude. You got it?
Oh, come on, bro.
What?
It was the Mississippi
jeez.
to the Missouri.
That's far.
Yeah.
I believe that is it. I think that's the whole area. But anyway, that was the 1967 war. That was kind of the big takeaway from it. It gained all of that land. So, and then after that, or were you going to continue talking more about that, or?
Let me see. I was just going to make this statement because of the 67. For the first time after this war was won by Israel, for the first time in 19 years, the old city was open to believers of all faiths, and the Jews could access their holiest cities. So that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
And the true reason why peace could not be reached in 1967 is the same reason why the conflict began, and it's why it continues today. The Palestinian and Arab refusal to recognize the right of the Jewish people to a state in their historic homeland.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it all kind of boils down to.
Yeah, so the Palestinians say, no, this was our land.
Well, just not the Palestinians. I mean, I guess if you call that whole area Palestinians.
It's very strange
Arab.
because In Palestine, you have Jews and Arabs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have Muslims.
Mm-hmm.
You have a group of people like we talked about last week. It's not just, hey, I'm a Palestinian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have Jews there.
Yeah.
But I don't know why somebody would say the Palestinian Arab refusal. I think it's the Arab refusal.
Yeah. It's the spirit of Amalek, dude.
Who?
Or is it the
I feel like you could
refusal?
be a Arab Jew.
Is it the Hamas refusal?
Well, I got some notes. So here,
We're going to get into Hamas later.
I love hummus.
Let's continue
I
on.
love hummus. Go.
Shortly after that, so that was 1967.
67, gotcha.
Then started the War of Attrition, which was from 1967 to 1970. So following the 6-day war, sporadic clashes continued along the borders with Egypt and Jordan. The conflict involved military actions, including airstrikes and artillery changes. The War of Attrition was a prolonged conflict that took place between Israel and its Arab neighbors. So everyone we talked about.
Yeah.
Egypt, Jordan, from 1967. The war was characterized by a series of military engagements along the borders of the Sinai Peninsula and the Jordan River following the 6-day war. So the background is the war between Israel's victory, during which it captured that whole landmass that we talked about, the Golan Heights, all that stuff. Egypt and Jordan sought to regain all of those territories lost during the 6-day war, primarily the Sinai Peninsula and the West Bank, respectively. Both sides engaged in military actions aimed at changing the post-1967 status quo. So they're trying to basically take that entire land back.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, they were firing missiles and stuff. So I want you guys to, I have a list of all the wars, and I'm sure we'll bounce back between my note and yours notes.
Yeah.
But from reading this, you'll start to see, like, as I kind of go through this, the style of warfare changes significantly. So, like, the War of Attrition, like, these are actual wars where it's a military against the people of Israel. And then, like, once you start getting really up to, like, 1990 and some of the more recent wars, it starts to turn into more of a, like, media
Propaganda.
Propaganda, terrorists, like, suicide bombings, really after that time frame. Their specialized attacks where they start basically killing themselves, bro. But do you have anything more about that time area, or do you want to move forward to?
Because I only have.
Do you want me to just
I'm
read?
starting to get into Zionism.
Do you want me to just read through the wars real quick?
I just saw the Yom Kippur War. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So
in 1973.
Yeah. So shortly after that, I'll just slam through these wars real quick. This should be quick.
The Shekinah glory.
Yeah, Shekinah.
Which kinda?
Huh? She kind of cute.
Shekinah.
She kind of fine, bro. So the Yom Kippur War, obviously that's a Jewish holiday. I'll just touch on it briefly, but this is a crazy war that you guys eventually should look into because there's a lot of history just in this one specifically.
Egypt and Syria.
Yeah, this was
It's always the border states.
Yeah. This war was like kind of similar to what we're dealing with now, where there was like a supposed like, hey, this is going to happen, we're going to get attacked. But since it was a Jewish holiday, literally Israel was caught with their pants down. And they were raided on all sides and were surrounded by every nation. And somehow, literally like hand accounts by the grace of God, was able to win
What
back.
year was this?
1973.
So all these nations were like, we're going to get these dudes.
Yeah, they literally invaded on the holy day.
How many nations?
Let me read it. Okay, Egypt, Syria, Arab forces. Let me see if anyone else hopped in.
Yeah, it looks just like
Egypt and Syria. Syria. So two nations.
Which is bad enough.
Yeah. So they basically hit them on both sides. Just tried to pinpoint them on their holy day. No one was aware. I guess I was listening to a podcast one time. Like Israel used to have this big sand wall that they thought one side was safe, and the Arabs figured out some fancy way to blow it down, and it's a crazy war. But the main takeaway from it is there's this part of the war. It's called the Valley of Tears, and there's a book about it. I wish I would have wrote down in the book, but there was a battalion of basically the Syrian forces. It says there was 1,400 tanks from the Syrian forces, and they surrounded 180 Israeli tanks, had them surrounded on every side. Israeli was like outnumbered completely. They were about to die. And then all of a sudden, just out of the blue, the Syrian army just retreated out of nowhere. And there is been stories of people that were on the ground that said that they saw chariots of fire coming down from heaven. Like all this
I've read that somewhere before.
Crazy spiritual stuff happened. Like that was a huge thing back in that war. There's actually a show about it on HBO. It's called it's called The Valley of Tears, I believe. Oh. It's interesting stuff, dude. Interesting stuff. So
that is interesting.
Yeah, it was a big pushback. I mean, there's a lot there, obviously. So then there was the Lebanon War. Israel invaded Lebanon to counter Palestinian militant activity. So you can start to see they're starting to move their military activity underground. So it's kind of like what we were doing is the U.S. We were going over trying to stop terrorism.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Wait.
The war on terror.
No, we weren't.
The PLO.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said terrorism.
Yeah.
You know what we're doing.
Yeah, we getting that oil, baby.
Yeah, baby. You know how it is. So, and there was the first Intifada, 1987 to 1993. You'll start to notice here, it starts to turn into more of like a terrorist organization. The Palestine uprising against Israel rule in the West Bank and Gaza Strip. It involved widespread protest, civil disobedience, sporadic violence. Second Intifada was from 2000, 2005. Another Palestinian uprising, violence, suicide bombings, Israeli military response.
So all this that's happening, these uprisings, this unrest, this is what people are saying now. So to justify, I've heard a lot of pro-Palestine supporters.
Yeah,
this is their argument. We've been oppressed for so long. So what did you expect on October 6th? This is just the result of our oppression since all those dates that you just mentioned.
Right. Yeah.
So let's just think about this. And I had a conversation today with somebody about that. I said, okay, let's just say somebody came into our city right now. Right?
Yeah.
And there was a tug of war between, okay, no, this is our city, this is your city. Okay, we're going back and forth, right? But now there's part of our people that are, whether it's true or not, they feel oppressed, and some way or somehow that's true to them, right?
Yeah.
And then I see my uncle die, you see your kids die, you see your grandpa die. And then you say, you know what, I had enough.
Yeah.
I had enough.
Got to start an uprising, dude.
Start an uprising.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's justifiable what they did on October 6th, beheading babies, murdering, raping, all that stuff. But I think that is a characteristic trait of human nature that's going to do that, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody came into my house and murdered my kids, right?
Sure.
Do you think there's anything that's going to stop me from getting any revenge? No.
Probably not.
If I saw the people across the street, I knew it was them, right? And they had a house full of people, but I knew there was one guy in that house that did it, that came in there and killed my family. But I knew all I had to do was go in there and start killing people, right? Whoever it was, just to get my revenge. Would I do it? I'm not gonna lie. I think I would.
Really?
So I see both sides. I see the side where they say, okay, I feel oppressed, and this was.
Well, that's the deal. You're right. Absolutely, they feel oppressed. But what I was trying to describe to you is like this is when this is about the time frame where the war changed from upfront warfare
to terrorism.
So in the fact of like news outlets, they're promoting this story. Same thing we're seeing in America.
Right.
They're promoting this story of this hatred and oppression, and you guys are oppressed, and blah 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 blah. Even though we know, I mean, sure, there's oppressed groups, absolutely 100%, that most of the time, and I'm not saying that there wasn't just atrocities, because more than likely there was, but this is when it became more of like a in your face, kill Israel to let's undermine them. So there was unrest civilly. And I don't have any information of like maybe Israel was going in and killing people. I have no idea, but that's something I wanted to note.
Right. Because that is what they say. They say.
Well, I have a question.
Go ahead.
About what you just said, which you piggybacked on all the wars that have been taking place. So I'm confused because all the wars he just mentioned were people trying to destroy Israel.
Yeah, every time.
How is that Israel oppressing Palestine people?
It's because those people, those Arabs that were left, those refugees, they've always been in here's from what I gather. They've always been in that limbo of like stray dogs, right?
Yeah.
No
like
offense. That's not what I'm trying to say that they're dogs, but I'm just saying
second-class citizens,
right? Like, and they're just in limbo. So they have this way. Like, I have no home. I have no country. I have no everything I have that is regulated. It's regulated by Israel. Our electricity, our water.
Yeah.
So when I
well, then you have somebody in your ear saying,
are you saying because of these wars, Israel has reached out and hit those people, and that's the oppression? Because during the time of these wars, is that the oppression that they felt from Israel?
No, he's just saying
because
society.
all these countries were attacked. All these Lebanon war, all the wars you just mentioned, were Syria, Egypt, Jordan.
Let's snuff Israel.
Those people
out.
that you just said were oppressed, did they have anything to do with attacking Israel when those countries did?
No, they were other nations.
So where did the oppression come from?
Because they've been those people that were on the outside of society, that were left in limbo from what was it, the 1947 when right? So
it was 19. So the political stuff started in like 1987,
right?
Basically.
So all these people are getting jerked around by all these nations, right? Whether it be Israel, Syria, Egypt, right? And so they feel like, oh man, I feel oppressed. I understand that. I understand that.
Well, then you also have people in their ear. Because again, like I said, this is
propaganda saying, the Israelites are doing it.
This is the start of terrorism right here. There is a feeling of oppression, which I don't deny it. There probably were. Then somebody comes along and gives them something to stand behind. Like, let's prove it to these little boogers. Let's prove it. Strap this bomb to your chest. Let's go crazy.
Yeah.
And
let's go ham.
Yeah, because there's people like maybe the guy you talk to, like he understands it on like a non-radical level. Like, yeah, we're oppressed, like we're not getting things that we need, and blah 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 blah. And I feel like those things can be handled
differently,
way differently, dude.
And so then you have these Hamas groups, these extremists that come and say, no, all your troubles, everything that's going on right now is because of them over there,
and we need to kill every single last one.
And everyone over here that we got to get rid of this, because these are the source of your troubles. So they're taking these young men, young children, and they're indoctrinating them with this ideology, and it's perpetuating in this culture.
Yeah. Same thing we see in the U.S. today.
Right. Man. So the question is, what do you expect? I don't, like I said, I'm not justifying what happened on October 6th, but it's just cause and effect, right? It's just cause and effect. It's any ideology, extreme ideology going and just letting loose.
Yeah.
And now you have, but like you said, it's the media that's perpetuating this narrative, and then these all Palestine. So now all people in that area, not even that, all Arabs are saying, yeah, that's right. Screw those Israelites. They are the reason why we've been doing this since the dawn of time, and this is our land. What are you talking? Yeah, no, this is our land.
Yeah, let's kill them.
Yeah. Our grandfather was Abraham too,
and you can tell. So now, pay attention to what happens in these wars.
What happened?
So, you go from suicide bombings. That was in the second Infrada 2000, 2005. Then we go to the Lebanon War. Hezbollah, a Lebanese militant group, initiated hostiles by capturing Israeli soldiers. So they started grabbing Israeli people out of the streets, kidnapping them, prisoners of war, all that good stuff. Israel responded with airstrikes. 2008, 2009, Israel launched a military operation in the Gaza Strip to counter rocket attacks by Palestinian militants. This conflict led to international criticism and concerns about civilian casualties. So the important thing to note is
that was Operation Cast Lead?
Yep, Cast Lead.
Okay.
Important thing to note is a lot of these, at this point in time, like a lot of these organizations.
That sounds like today.
Yep, a lot of these organizations, they moved their military housing to like areas under schools and under
hospitals.
Hospitals.
Have you seen the cave systems?
Cave systems. I mean, it's
the cave systems are unbelievable. I was listening to this segment. I think it was on NBC, and Israel has since like the early 2000s has a special unit specifically for these caves, these underground caves, to go in there and fight warfare in underground caves. They have a special unit, kind of like the SEALs, but specifically for these caves underground, under hospitals, under schools, under mosques, all these things.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. So, then we just kind of start getting up in the modern day. So it seems like in the last, basically from 2008 till now, it's been every couple years they've just been firing rocket after rocket after rocket into Israel. Okay. So the thing is, though, we talked about it a little bit last time, is the Iron Dome.
Yeah, tell me about the Iron Dome.
You know a lot about it. Why don't you explain it, dude?
It's a dome, dude.
Is it a real dome?
No, it's a rocket system that whenever any kind of missile shoots into in Israel, into her territory, it intercepts it and takes it down. So before it does any damage. So it has a 98% accuracy. 98%.
Wow. How come we don't have an Iron Dome?
We do.
We do?
Yes.
I guarantee.
Oh, absolutely. No, we do.
We should have one in D.C. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I have buddies that are in the
Masons.
military, and they're like, if someone shoots a nuke at us, we're fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
We're gonna take
the only thing. Yeah, the only thing that we won't be able, nothing on this planet can intercept our hypersonic nuclear weapons.
Yeah, then we're dead.
Is that a thing?
I don't know what that is, but
hypersonic.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, hypersonic nuclear weapons.
That sounds like science fiction.
Because the only time to intercept it is when it's starting to take off, and you have like seconds before it starts to get up into intercontinental ballistics, and then once that happens, it's too fast and you can't intercept.
Then you're done.
Anyway, going to Iron Dome, that's what it is.
So that's what that is. Just very sophisticated
rocket
missile interception.
Yep, and
Gotcha.
I guess the U.S. helped fund it.
Yep.
Israel designed it.
That tracks.
And so that's what's been going on until basically this new thing. And what they did this time is they have been shooting so many rockets at this Iron Dome for so many years.
Yeah,
they're like, there's no way to get past this thing. The only way to do it is to shoot so many at one time.
You can't get them all.
You have to overwhelm it.
Oh, like missile defense.
So they shot.
You played that game in the 80s?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think they shot like 2,000 rockets at one time.
And what happened?
Some of them hit.
Oh, really?
That's when the attack started. So real quick, and then we're gonna go full time into your notes.
Wait, hold on before you start.
Okay.
What do you got?
since we're here now.
Iron Golem.
Since we're here at October 6th, because that's where you took us.
Yeah.
We're here at October 6th. The question that I want to ask both of you.
Okay.
Do you think, so 1,500 people were slaughtered
at a music festival.
At a music festival.
Yeah.
By Hamas to Israelis. Right now, the count for casualties that Israel has done is 12,000.
Yeah.
Is the response an appropriate response? And is it what's the word I want to use?
Is it justified?
Not only it's justified.
Yeah.
Or is it does it weigh the same?
Is it warranted?
Is it warranted? Does it weigh? What word am I trying to say?
Well,
yeah.
Does it make you feel good?
So the question is,
they're killing everybody, dude. Just 12,000 people. That's what you said.
Yeah, already
compared to 1,500 at the music festival. I mean, it's a war, so I'm sure more people have died more than just what's at the music festival. You know what I mean?
Well, he's saying, is it justified, the numbers?
I know, but I don't say that. I'm not saying that there was 1,500 people that died at a music festival.
Yeah.
And he's saying 12,000 total have died now.
No, that's how many people have killed. Israel has killed
12,000.
12,000. Then the number.
Yeah,
but we don't know. We don't know the number Hamas has killed of Israel. Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
We just know the 1,200 on October 6th.
Yeah.
But we don't know how many after that.
Because they've been bombing.
How come we don't? How come it's only 1,200, and we know the 12,000, but we don't know how many Hamas has killed?
Let me hit this last point.
Hit this last point, bro.
And think about it. Think about this question.
This last point may add a little bit of clarity. Okay.
Okay, clear me up, bro.
It's not a lot, but so the 6-day war. I showed you that map.
They had 67.
They had that whole area in 67. Okay, remember I told you they had to give land back, Israel?
Right.
So I'm going to read some of those.
Sinai Peninsula.
Yeah, I'm going to read some of those. Okay. So little by little, they gave that land back.
Okay.
So following the Camp David Accords in 1978, Israel agreed to return the Sinai Peninsula to Egypt. The peace treaty between Israel signed in 1979 led to the withdrawal of Israel forces from Sinai to
Sinai.
Yeah, Sinai. To the Gaza Strip, 2005,
that's weird.
Unilaterally withdrew its settlements and military response to the Gaza Strip. This move was part of a disengagement plan and aimed to reshape Israel's security and political landscape. So they gave the Gaza Strip back.
To who?
I think it's just the Palestinian area now, right? Isn't that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's like it doesn't have a established country or any state.
Yeah. But apparently they're still funding their
stuff. So they withdrew from that area.
Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. It's very strange that after the 67 war, they got that back, and then 78, they gave it back to Egypt.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on there?
It's kind of like, that's what I'm saying is like there's so much political stuff going on in this area that they had all this land, and it's like little by little, they're like, after peace treaty, they get attacked. There's a ceasefire. What are we going to do to solve this? Oh, we'll give you this land back. So this is obviously big bullet points, but it's like little by little.
Yeah.
They gave all of that back. West Bank, they gave the West Bank back. They gave the Golan Heights back, which is like the top right. That's where the battle of the Tiers thing, the tank battle happened, was up there on the top right.
In 67 by Syria.
Well, that was in 73 in the Yom Kippur War. Yeah. So all of those areas were given back kind of throughout history. So with that being said, that land there, that area, it was theirs, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's theirs.
Yeah.
I don't know why they pulled out. But
it's interesting. So I'm going to go back to, since you just finished the bullet point, go back to his question.
Mm-hmm.
And your question was, the response Israel has made,
right?
Is that justified?
Yes.
That's your question to me and Joey.
Yeah. Is it
an appropriate response?
Yes.
Well,
yeah, I don't know. I would take into consideration.
I'm gonna have to go back to Pearl Harbor.
That's exactly what I was going up to.
I don't know how many. I forgot the death toll in Pearl Harbor, but the death toll in Japan,
Millions.
Yeah.
that place was destroyed.
But not just Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Yes,
Yeah.
both
two
of
places,
them.
dude. Bombed them.
Just, and I don't know how long it took them to get back to normal. And I don't even know if there's any
Don't
land.
get me. Don't
Is there
get me
some?
started
Is
on
there some
Oppenheimer.
land? Yeah, Oppenheimer. I started watching it. It's a 3-hour movie. I'm gonna get through it.
Okay.
It's very weird to get in the beginning, all
Yeah.
the flash, and I'm seeing all this energy, and I'm trying to get to the meaty points, but he hasn't got there yet. Anyway, I said all that to say, the place was destroyed,
Yeah.
and like Chernobyl,
Mm-hmm.
they still can't go into that
Right.
area. Are there still Nagasaki?
I don't know.
Is there still places they can't
I
go
don't
in
know. I
because
was
of the
looking
A
that
bomb?
up.
Was that an A bomb or H bomb?
That was an A bomb.
A bomb. Okay.
Yeah. It was H-bomb is
Was after,
significantly more powerful.
More. Okay.
and it was
Yeah.
after.
And it's after.
So A bomb is atomic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
H bomb is hydrogen.
Mhm.
Correct.
It just seems like atomics. It just sounds worse
Yeah.
than a hydrogen.
Yeah, it's
Hydrogen
not.
sounds like.
I think a hydrogen bomb is like 100 times more powerful than atomic.
Is there anything today that's beyond the hydrogen, or is that
Yeah.
currently what
Uh-uh.
what do we got today? When we say nuclear,
If they fired a hydrogen bomb nowadays, the world would explode.
what?
They're done. Yeah.
So what do
it's
they
world
have
end.
today when they say, "Hey, fire the nukes"?
They don't fire nukes.
Well, I mean, if they test.
If they fire, yeah, it'd be hydrogen bombs.
Oh, it's okay. So it is still that technology.
I think
Nothing has
that-
advanced.
I think the TSAR bomb that I think Russia has is like I want to say.
But they've
a million.
refined this.
It's a million
Since-
times more.
Since the H bomb was,
Yes.
Yes,
do you
Yeah.
think?
it's a million times more powerful. than
Help me
what
out
we
with the
dropped.
history here. Do you think since we dropped that bomb in Japan, has there been any other drop of a nuke on
No.
a country?
Never.
No.
Wow,
So and then that's
Yeah.
that's kind of mind-boggling.
it is mind-boggling because
Because look how many countries have nuclear capabilities.
the devastation.
Yeah.
The devastation. Was it appropriate? Let's just use that as a perfect example. Was it? Was it?
was
an
that
appro-
appropriate?
So
No.
Oh, wait,
tore
wait.
'em apart, dude.
Hold on. Hold
Oh,
on.
I mean,
Well, hold on. Yes, it was appropriate.
Well,
It depends on what side you're on.
Yeah.
Because here's what
I'm
I
on
have
the
to
side
say.
of people not dying.
Here's what I have to say. Here's what I have to say.
Okay.
Here's what I have to say. Somebody comes in here, right? You go to the grocery store right now. Somebody comes in this house, mass murders your whole family,
Yeah.
right? Is there any response that you do to get that back that you say, no, that's not, I'm not going to do that. It's too far.
Yeah, but that would
Well,
be
I
like
mean-
that would be like him coming in, murdering your family, and then you blowing up his entire neighborhood.
You damn right.
But see,
I'll blow up the block
See,
before you
you're-
meet
you're
you hit the lobby. That's how I'm talking
Jason,
about.
you're talking about rage,
Yeah.
and none of that is going to bring your family back.
Amen, bro.
None of it.
I get it.
You may go, oh, it makes me feel better,
I get it.
For the
but
moment.
in the moment.
I get it. No,
But
no,
it
I
passes.
And how about the underground church?
But here's what
Amen.
I'm
They're
saying.
getting raped, pillaged
Yeah.
every day, and what are they doing? They're forgiving people.
So you guys are, and here's
Praying
and
for 'em.
and I love this sentiment.
this.
No, seriously. But here's the deal.
Dude,
This
these
is-
You know what?
sunglasses,
You know
these
what? I'll be-
sunglasses are making you
Listen.
feisty.
No,
bud.
hold on.
I've never. Look, this is the most Jason's done on our podcast
I know.
since we
It's
started.
heated.
This isn't Canada. I wish we could leave our doors unlocked, right?
Yeah, it's
But
true.
this isn't Canada.
It's not.
And here's the deal.
It's the United States, baby.
Nobody,
Roll Tide.
there's not, I'm going to say nobody. Very few people have that mentality. And the reason why you guys have that mentality is because of your guys' relationship with Christ, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's very few people on this world.
I will follow
And-
up. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so yeah, it is out of rage. Do you know why? Because human beings react this way.
With violence.
With violence.
I will listen. I will tell you this. Okay, this is a different scenario. Now, the scenario you proposed is kind of out of the moment later. If someone comes in the house and it's game time now, that
Mhm.
person will die.
Yeah.
That person will.
And you're
I
going to
will.
have fun doing it.
You will have to kill me to defend my
Sure.
family,
Sure.
Yeah.
and I'm going to make it hard for you to kill me.
Sure.
Which is one of your quotes.
Yeah.
So that person, yes, I will defend my family and kill this person.
Right.
That's that being said, I don't know if the response warrants, bombing an entire neighborhood and killing people that don't deserve it.
Right. And I'm there with you, but I'm trying to have you step out of that and see it from a different perspective, because we see it because this is how.
Well, I love these sounds on the podcast.
You need to oil this a little bit.
Yeah.
Man. It's a little
because I agree with you. I agree with you. And I don't think it is a reasonable response that Israel's doing. 12,000 to 1,500. It's outrageous.
And I will tell you this, to be honest with you, this is a question that I don't know, and that hasn't happened. And I really, truly, I would try to sit here and think how I would respond. I really don't know.
Right. So
I really don't know.
And I'm using.
I haven't felt that pain.
And I'm using this as just a very small sample and depiction of what Israel's doing. Right.
Yeah.
Israel, Netanyahu has to think of all his people.
Yeah. You're talking about a country,
right?
You're making decisions,
right? That are making decisions, whether it's because of their beliefs or whatnot, but they have a lot more. So there's a lot more at stake. You following me?
Well,
most countries won't. I don't think they're
retaliate.
No, most countries will retaliate.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's not a country in this. I don't know. There's not a country in this planet that would let another country come in and invade and just roll over completely.
Well, that's
100%.
the deal. With Hamas too. I don't know if we talked about this or if I just told you guys this last time. I can't remember. But it says in their, like, I don't know what you call it, manifesto. Like the goal is to snuff out every single Israeli on the face of the planet. And Israel, which I don't think it's justified. I mean, obviously, I would love everyone just to get along.
Just stop killing people.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen until Christ comes back, dude, and he makes it right. So we're dealing with Israel, who's a secular nation, and like you said,
we are dealing with a sinful world.
World.
And people have murderous hearts.
And they're pissed off because literally, I read them, every freaking 10 years, they've tried to every country surrounding them has tried to snuff them out.
Exactly.
It's
That's interesting you brought that up. I was speaking to that Jewish lady this morning, and we had this conversation because I asked her, I said, what are your thoughts on this? Because I haven't asked her this whole time, and I asked her today because I said, I am going to come on the podcast, and we're doing a series. And I said, I want to hear what you have to say. She's an older lady. She's 63. Yeah. Her family was in the Great Depression. The grandparents were in the Holocaust.
Yeah.
She said, this is what she said to me. She said exactly what you said. She goes, Hamas wants to eradicate all of us. That's what they said.
Yeah.
She said, and she goes, I know it's not the Palestinians. Yeah. They're good people there. She goes, but Hamas wants that. She goes, how do you think that sounds to, let's say, if my grandmother was still alive, she goes, and she heard that coming out of somebody's mouth, and she experienced the Holocaust.
Yeah.
What do you think she's going to think and fear?
Yeah.
Another Holocaust with Hitler.
Yeah, exactly.
She goes, so what? She goes, Netanyahu's an old cat. What do you think the stories that he's heard from his grandparents, what do you think he's saying? No, this ain't going to happen to us again.
No, we're annihilating.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll blow up the block before you hit the lobby.
And it's really sad, too, because I think I talked about this last time, like how Hamas got power. I mean, they were elected in Palestine 2006.
That's crazy.
They were elected, and then the next year they staged a government coup and took it over, and there hasn't been an election since. So it's still like they took it through power, but they were elected at first. So they're, like you said, they were oppressed. Then they had a group saying, we're going to fix these problems by violence, and they're like, heck yeah, I'm all for it. And then they took over.
And here we are.
And now it's the governing body of that land, and they want to kill every single Jew. So them firing rocket, and again, year after year, it's been rocket after rocket after rocket after rocket. The only reason Israel is not destroyed is because of this Iron Dome. They've tried. Now they're doing it back to them. They don't have an Iron Dome. Technology wins the war, dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Gang.
Yeah. So what do you? saying all that, what's the end game? Since you're talking about, is that retaliation appropriate? What's the end game?
And it's interesting that she brought that up, because when I spoke to this woman today, and she goes, in my opinion, she goes, I don't think Netanyahu's going to stop. He's not going. There is a ceasefire, I think, for 24 hours to get the hostages out. She said, but she goes, I don't see, from what my people have talked, we don't see that this stopped until Hamas is destroyed.
Yeah,
they're not going to stop. So
they won't.
This is it's going to be more brutal, more graphic, and that's sad.
It is sad, dude.
That's sad.
But that is, like I was telling you last time, dude. It is a spiritual war. That's why I keep bringing up Amalek. You know, that was the first army that fought Israel in the Old Testament, and that was when God says,
Amaleks.
Yeah, that I will snuff out from generation to generation. You guys will fight with these people. That's the spirit of Amalek, right?
I bet you that's what it is.
And that same spirit
is Hamas.
Is not necessarily Hamas, but all of those surrounding countries is to snuff them out. Mm-hmm. And as we can tell from my notes, it's not just, if it's not Hamas, it'll be somebody else. It'll be somebody else. It's because it's the spirit. You want to call it Amalek. You want to call it the spirit of the Antichrist. That's what it is, dude. It's a spiritual war first. And
the natural.
We're going to get into Zionist a little bit. I don't know how much time we got.
We're going to have to do part 3.
Part 3?
Let's do part 3.
Okay. Did we go long?
Let's go part 3, and then next episode we'll get into Zionism.
Yes.
Who actually created Hamas?
I like these questions.
And should Christians support Israel and Zionism?
And what are our thoughts on the Christian church? And
what's going on there?
Left, right,
That's what we'll do next episode. So because we went long, I mean, we had a good discussion.
Yeah, we did.
I think this was a good discussion on where is Israel. So next episode we'll do another part 3. So
this is a hot topic.
It is a hot topic. Yeah. It's a lot to discuss. And we'll get after it next week, when it's appropriate to record this long. All right, it was a good discussion, guys. Let me see. Where's my? That's it. Hey guys, I thank you so much. Anybody that stayed on our live stream this long, I appreciate it. You've got behind the scenes. You're actually listening to the show before the show is published, so I appreciate you. Make sure you visit our website, bottomofthat.com. You can check out our blog, and you can get all of our show notes and resource material that we used for this discussion. Also, when you're at that website, you can find us on our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or X. And you can also, if you follow us on those platforms, you can see us go live if you want to watch us here, whatever. If you're listening on YouTube, Rumble, and BitChute, and you like this episode, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And if you're listening on any other podcasting platforms, turn on notifications so you never miss when we publish an episode. If you did not like this episode, thank you for listening this long. And tune in next week. You might hear Byron say, "Hey, did you guys get my pants?"